Because you don't need 20 friends. You just need 3 motherfuckers and you can take over a country. Okay, that's what we're confused as Americans. We think we need all these motherfuckers. You give me 3 bad motherfuckers.
You've earned this eternal rest! Time to sleep, Weatherman!
At the start of time, it was a chosen man. A man, when he was born, the entire balance of the world shifted. A man that was meant to save and protect the world. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm yapping about. This is Sanraku, a kid that is in love with beating the most trashiest games on VR that the market has to offer. Games on the level of Black Ops 7, the Zombies version, Forspoken, Payday 3, and worst of all, let me hold y'all hands when I say this, Skulls and Bones. There is no game called Skulls and Bones in Ba Sensei. There is no game called Skulls and Bones in Ba Sensei. But back to the GOAT Sanraku, the best gamer in the anime universe. Yes, I said it. I'm on all type of bad timing in this video. Sanraku Kiri, and that's facts. Now on this particular day, the store clerk had recommended that Sanraku take a break from trashy games and play a AAA VR game called Shangri-La Frontier, a game in this universe that was created by a company called Utopia. Now hold up, let me fix my vision. Nah, Ubisoft, get out of here. You are not slick. You been fell off. So SOF is the world's most popular VR game, hosting over 30 million consecutive players, which brings us to the most critical and crucial point of gaming, the character creation. So I'm like, oh yeah, Sanraku about to put on that drip. Okay, so mercenary twin blades to start off with. Okay, that seems lit. Bird mask. I guess I can ignore that. Yo, why does this man have on bird drip? Yeah, see, Sanraku is one of them interesting type of players. If I had to classify him, he's in the speed running / Dark Souls mechanic type of player. He's a glass cannon type of build, favoring the best weapon over having heavy armor. Now, because Sanraku chose a nomad starting class, he actually did not spawn in tutorial area. Sanraku immediately started testing out the game. High jumps, high knees, Naruto running up trees, and climbing like the coolest monkey in the jungle. And look at the beautiful world of SOF, man. So inspirational, so amazing. And since he did not start in the tutorial area, he starts to use the map to head towards the first city. And that's when he encounters his first enemy.
Duel 1.
The goblin makes the first move, screaming as it charges in. Sanraku dodges the blow, flipping his sword and slicing it right in half, getting his first level up of the game. And everyone knows you have to take all the loot at the start of the games and hoard everything just in case. But Sanraku hears another enemy coming from the bushes. The enemy attacks first, and is that a bunny with glowing red eyes and a knife? Stuff like this reminds me of prime old school RuneScape. But the bunny misses, and look how it obliterated this poor tree.
Get ready for the next battle.
The bunny started moving at crazy speeds, attacking. As Sanraku hits a parry, he cuts it, hitting a critical strike, sending it flying back. Did I just watch a bunny hit a superhero slide? So once again, the bunny zooms, but this time Sanraku got the best of the bunny, sending it to the respawn point, and this gives him 2 extra levels plus a new skill. And SOF, just like in other games, when you start leveling up certain abilities or do certain things in the game, you can unlock new traits, which you can also level up. And just like any other game, he sits at spawn, and spawn kills all the enemies, and eventually he ends up getting another one of the Vorpal bunny knives, which leads us to the area boss of the region, the Ravenous Python. Sanraku immediately charges in, showing off his dodging and superhero landing. And like I keep stating, this man Sanraku is a gamer. He uses a move called tap step, dodging the first, second, and third attack. It just kept using basic moves as Sanraku gets off a block. Sanraku tries to stab it, and his entire weapon breaks as it loses its durability. So he tries to use another and bigger attack, and this thing shows his butthole to him, spraying him with the forbidden liquid that was obviously poison. Now he's taking damage every 10 seconds and has to form a new quick plan. Sanraku figures out that he needs to create a weak point before getting his first critical strike. But the area boss just heals the wound back, and right before he got game over, he locks in and uses flash counter to drill his Vorpal blades into the eyes of the monsters, getting another level up. You guys can't tell me that you never died to the starter boss in the Elden Ring game. The only Dark Souls intro bosses I ever beat first try was Dark Souls 3, and we all know that you can get extremely lucky on that part. But just because Sanraku won doesn't mean the poison effect got wore off. And he started hauling towards the city to create a save point, because the last thing you want to do is lose all your progress. Man, y'all don't know nothing about that. I used to play the PlayStation 2 with no SIM card. Either it was going to blow up or I was going to blow up, but that P2 was not going off. I would end the nearest Kavion supporter if that ever happened. I finally have the baddie I've been crushing on in SLF. Oh, what should I stun on her with first? Should I instantly start gifting her everything? No, that's too soon. I have to play it cool. that a monster bird coming towards us? But before she can accidentally PK, he tells her dumb self to look above at the player name. And just in case you don't know what PK means, it means player kill. So not only does SOF have PvE, it also has PvP. And hold on to this thought, because in the world where you can slime another player, you always have to be on the lookout. The guy ends up telling Sunraku where the save point is, and Sunraku saves just right before he hits 0, resulting in the game over. So Sunraku continues his journey as SOF.
Ew, why is that bird guy half naked? I told you we shouldn't play this game.
Well, how was I supposed to know some bird freak was gonna show up? I'm not gonna lie, that bird kinda thick though.
Nah, facts.
Realizing that he needs to go and get some clothes on because he was apparently tired of giving us the real VR experience. Trust me when I hold your hands and say this, never get on VR, chat. He starts searching for new gear and loot, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not rocking with this drip, like not at all. And no, I don't have an obsession of looking at a Birdman, okay? But Sunraku finds out quickly that his Vorpal bunnies are way more rare and better than anything the town had to offer at the moment. So what do when you already have a good weapon? You go out and grind for some more materials. But the grind was extremely slow. And I'm talking about vanilla Ark Survival Evolved type of slow. Not only that, but the mud makes it hard to move. And some random frog just came out the blue talking about some jumping into the sky, and look at this thing.
Goblin, look at that nigga troll, look at that nigga mole, look at that nigga crow, look at that nigga bird, look at that nigga space.
All to just dig up mud next to my goat Sunraku. In return, he smacked him upside the head and then turned him into material. Literally put this man into a pack. This reminds me of the beef I used to have with the Resident Evil 4 chicken.
Flashback.
Look at this! Bro! Chicken just hit me!
I still get nightmares in professional mode. After Sunraku was done, he brought all the material back to the NPC and even had a real fossil, being able to make a March dagger. Now before we continue any farther, let me introduce you guys to a lady named Ray, or better known as Saiger Zero, the attack master. She basically had a crush on Sunraku forever and talked to the store clerk about her crush on him all the time. The day he was at the store, she was too. She was just hiding. Yo, hunger, this is not Thief Simulator. Just go say hi. And while she was hiding, she overheard Sunraku trying out the SFF game and wanted to just go and find him, but didn't see him in the starter town, which we all know is because he never started there in the first place. So she goes to Secondia to find him, and remember that area boss? Yeah, she just one-tapped that thing with ease. I must be honest, she is for sure my second favorite character. It's between her and another girl that we haven't got into just yet. But anyway, Sunraku, who was out at nighttime, mind you guys, looking for trouble, even after the NPC had warned this man that after dark, the mobs get serious. And as he's getting jumped by Red Hood goblins, the big and the bad of SOL pops up. I like to call these world bosses, and they are 1,000,000 times level above any area or mini boss SOF has to offer.
Lycagon, the Night Slayer.
These are the 7 Colossi, and barely any information is known about them, such as spawn points and how to summon them are barely known. And even after SOF being out for a full year and 30 million players, not a single person has ever beat a unique monster.
It's time for a death battle!
Lycagon swings and Sunraku perfect parries, zooming around and doing absolutely 0 damage on his attack. You know a character is cooked when they start hitting poses to hide that they are fatigued. Sunraku pulls out the Vorpal Blades, getting a critical strike in. Lycagon does a 3-hit combo, and look at Birdman flying high in the air. He's just so goated. He gets another critical hit off, so Lycagon started using Shadow Step or something. I don't know what move he pulled out. He started moving like Prime Radagon, attacking twice and Shadow Stepping again. Lycagon was not letting up for a second, making Sunraku start running for his life, getting another perfect parry off. Hey, yo, what is this stupid frog doing in the frame right now? Like, why is it even built like that? Someone gotta tell me what type of Pokemon this look like or something. Sunraku starts turning up, hitting crit after crit, running up his legs, trying to hit the eyes, but he misses and gets smacked away. Then Lycagon just starts randomly charging up, disappears, and then one taps Sunraku, ending his entire gameplay session, which ends up giving him the curse of Lycagon, and he can't equip any armor. Monsters and monsters of lower level will run away from him, and NPCs will speak to him totally different because of the mark. See, I was enjoying SFF before this, but that unique monster fight, that had me hooked. I'm not going to lie, because it introduced the factions and power scaling all in the video game world. And also one of my favorite things, these are called unique scenarios. After Sunraku spawned back into the game, he had attribute upgrades to use even though he lost. But losing in SLF can still open up other possibilities still. And the bunny ends up falling on his head, and he chases it down the road and ends up starting a unique scenario, which was meant for people who to our bare minimum level 80, and Sunraku was only level 28. Reminds me of the time I instantly went and tried to buy skeletons and ghosts in RuneScape. Being a level 10, I got boomed on. Now this little bunny name is Emma, and get used to her because she's going to be with us for the rest of the season basically. Top 5 bunnies of all time, by the way. So Emerald brings Sunraku to the big boss man of Rabbituza, and Vash starts talking about Lycagon like it was nothing, legit calling it a little puppy. So that got me thinking just how strong he was. He also continues the unique progress for Sunraku, putting a collar on him that cuts his XP in half. Apparently this was supposed to boost his Vorpal spirit, but let's put a slight hold on SOL for right now. I know you guys didn't forget that Sunraku is the king of trash games.
Berserk Online Passion.
And he also has a friend that's a pro gamer named Key, but in the game, he's called Katso, so we'll be sticking with that.
Well, look who's ready to get their butt whooped. I've been waiting all day for you to accept the invite.
He immediately starts using glizzes to get the advantage, turning into Mr. Fantastic. Sunraku just skips back, pulling out a quick draw fist, parrying all the attacks coming his way. But this man Katsu literally broke off his arm in the game and sent it flying at him like Android 16, blasting Sunraku in the air and him losing their daily match. Sunraku and Katsu are gaming bros, and you know you always have to 1v1 your gaming bro. Sunraku ends up telling Katsu about SOL and the Colossus monster that he fought and how he should probably try it out too. But back to the unique scenario that only Sunraku knew about, and him and Emo ended up teaming up in each other's party. That was until people started gushing over the bunny, and this lady screenshotted this man and sent it to the main message in the server. While that happened, Sunraku had a plan, and it was to immediately go and fight the area boss, the Mud Digger. And this boss was legit a full counter to Sunraku's build. He was the I am speed and can't get touched, but all the mud was slowing him down from moving fast. The Mud Digger goes underground, quickly charging at them, as Sunraku uses a slide move, but it came right back at him, and he uses a repel counter. It charges again, and then Emo uses her magic powers to get a blast off. Look how slow he is. I know we have all experienced this before, knocking down the boss to get a critical strike, and then they legit get up too fast, or you were in an awkward position. Sunraku uses Spiral Edge and then started climbing up on top of the Mud Digger, and then Emo hit it with more magic, and this thing basically went into a new phase, going completely underground, as it smacks Sunraku super high into the air, and this man just accepted his fate. But Emo uses teleportation, and they accidentally hit the Mud Digger on the weak spot, beating it.
Destroy.
So you guys remember when that lady took a screenshot of Sunraku? Well, the effects from that are now about to show. Oh, and Emo took a more human form, which drains her mana like crazy, so she can only hold it for about 5 minutes. But the entire, and yes, I mean the entire player base, now knows about this Vorpal Bunny, and a lady named Animalia came present him on how to get the Vorpal Bunny as a pet. And that's when another character showed up, and this is when all hell breaks loose. Yo, hold on! Is that Caviar? Nah, what are you doing here in my recording session?
Man, move.
Hey, chill.
Hand over the mic. They came to hear me.
This is still my video. You try to sneak in the future or what?
Oh, so you're not sharing? I bet. Man, now that that's handled, picking up where he left off, Pencilgon or Knight just pulled up, and her relationship with Sunraku goes way back, as in an old game named Unite the Rounds, where finding good loot was about as easy as us trying to find a job right now. Pencil Knight forged a group that overthrew the kingdom to keep the treasure for themselves. Well, our man Sunraku and his boy Katso pulled up on her and fought to the death, which always ended in a draw. But in SLF, Sunraku is mad low level to be fighting her right now. But from the Lycagon fight, you know, level don't really matter to this dude. He ducks the first swing, she slides past him, throwing some poison daggers. The chick on the sidelines glazes and calls her the giant killer, as when she got in here, she was killing higher level foes than herself. Sunraku makes fun of her for getting killed in Unite the Rounds, and this pisses her off. I know she's laughing here, but I mean, she's just one of those. She's crazy. Sunraku dodges the swing, twirl with his own, clash once, clash twice, 3, 4, go crazy. He low-key keeping up for such a huge level gap. Pencil is here, 1, to kill my guy Sunraku, and 2, to get info on this new quest he's got going on with the Vorpal bunnies. Pencilgon is doing all she can to keep Sunraku from getting in the village, as to not drag others or city guards into their fight. Meanwhile, Emil's human transformation has ceased, and this chick, being the animal obsessed freak she is, she decides that she's going to help our boy out and fight Pencilgon. But as he's running towards the gate, he bumps into 4 of her foot soldiers, and it's not very important, but their names are trash, bro. While he dodges them, the wizard girl casts a whole bunch of of nonsense that Pencilgon absorbs and fully redirects at her, hitting her with every debuff in the book. This man Sanraku, on the other hand, is about to get jumped, and he might be able to avoid or target at least one, but there's 4 of these dudes, and doing damage to them is a whole other problem in itself, meaning he's cooked, or at least he would be if the attack master didn't pull up, completely obliterating one with a single attack. Even Pencilgon is stunned by this. No, oh, never mind, she's not stunned. She's happy. She starts running towards Saiger Zero, but that chick from earlier ain't done. That straw thing she used can only be used once and on up to 5 curses. But now that she don't got it no more, Shorty ups a 6th. You're probably wondering, what's this 6th one? Pure death. Taking herself and Pencilgon out of the game. Sanraku peeps the chaos as an opportunity to run up Saiger Zero's sword, jump off her dome piece, and take off. And instead of being offended, Ray was just happy that he talked to her and booms another player killer, simply for getting in the way of their first conversation. Sanraku gets into the village, teleporting to Rabbituza, where he gets an invitation from Pencilgon to meet up and unite the rounds. And she also invited his friend Katsu. Sanraku's suspicious, but hey, why not? In the meantime, it's time for some training, where he runs the gauntlet against 10 different beasts. The first one packs him up, as it was a pack of wolves. On the next go, he realizes that one wolf is directing the others, so he booms it, then fries the rest. Moving on to the next challenger, which he off-screens by focusing on the tentacles. Also off-screens 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. A little underwhelming, but I get it. I mean, watching him fight 10 nobodies would have been pretty boring. After defeating all of them, he triggers a 10th fight with this wood wizard that Bash had caught. But due to how large the gap in them is, he only gotta survive for 5 minutes. 5 minutes? Man, that's easy. Yeah, GG. The wizard sends more branches at bro, and he's high-key dodging all of it. He starts running towards him, slip under the branch, going for a stab, and now this dude got a 2nd attack type. And if he gets hit by these chains, he will lose his speed, which as you can see, he direly needs. And if things couldn't get worse for my man, Woody now has electricity, but he dodges that. Oh, the dude got fire now. Okay, sweet, no problem. Dodge that and ice. Yo, the author was just getting bored. He's a wood mage. Why can he use all of these? After dodging for so long, Sanraku starts to think he should just give up. I mean, it's not like there's a penalty for dying. Who cares? But that's how losers think. He locks back in, realizing that he's been trying to give up way too much. He gets in on him and kicks Woody's staff out of his hand. So now all he can do is spam trees and chains. He grabs the staff and gets blocked by a wall of branches, getting caught by the chains, depleting his speed, stam, and HP. He throws the staff and the tree jumps up at it like a good boy, wasting his time, allowing Sanraku to pass the challenge. Before it kills him, Vash comes in and stops it with 1 attack. Dude's big and strong. It was a close call, but since he beat the challenge, he gets the title as honorary Rabbituzan and gets the collar, stunting his XP gain off, completing his invitation to Rabbituza scenario and starting his next quest, Vorpal Epic. He gets a ghost fit from Rabbituza that bypasses the Lycagon curse, as it's just a really long mask, and even though he's doing this to hide from other players, they still find him because, you know, the bright blue gamer tag above his head that says his name. Yeah, you can't really think that one through. He gets chased by the PKers but manages to fake them out with a U-turn. He thinks he's in the clear, but Saiger shows up, scaring the socks off of him. But she just wanted to friend him. He overthinks it a little bit, but in the end he does accept it. And she gets as happy as us when we see some fresh chitlins on the Thanksgiving table. She offers to help, but Sanraku's too much of a lone wolf to be partying with other players, so he just bounces. He gets to the Prismatic Forest, and after killing a bunch of bugs, getting some nice drops, he finds this blue beetle, fighting with a bunch of bees. Once it gets done with them, it spots Sanraku and Emu, which of course it chases them. He distracts it with some sap, gets behind him and spams the crits on him, getting some rare items. These gonna come in handy later, trust. He finds some webs and follows them into a tree, finding some players being drained by the spider. He runs up the tree, dodging boulders and getting footing on some of the non-stick webs. Then the spider sends more logs, but Sanraku's too good and dodges all of them. Where in the world is this dude holding these rocks? Sanraku gets up on him and dodges the first jab, pops the loop slash, decommissioning a leg, rush slash, decommissioning more legs, causing it to fall, and before it grabs the wall with silk, he cuts the thread and it eats dirt. I doubt that's gonna finish it. What to do? so bad. Safe to say, from dropping debris on it, coming down, getting some flashbacks of Lycagon, and critting the spider's sweet spot, he beats it. In the real world now, Ray is telling the storekeep about Hizutome accepting her friend request. And the only reason I bring this up is because the storekeep says she wouldn't be surprised if he was the first to beat a unique mob. And Ray gonna talk about some, even Hizutome has his limits. Yeah, bro. Funny you should say that, actually. Hizutome is in that, I don't know, somebody store, and sees that SLF is coming out with a new expansion update. We just started. Why are we expanding already? We finally see the meeting with Pencilgon, which she basically asked them to fight one of the 7 Colossi, and of course, they were on board from the jump. But don't get it messed up, this dude definitely ain't no pushover. Ashura Kai, the PK clan that Pencilgon is in, sent their top 15 fighters and got washed. Ooh, Weatherman's so cold, y'all don't even know, but chill. I said chill. Dang, always in a rush. We gonna get there. Hizutome comes up and bumps into Ray, who comes out from behind a newspaper box. That's totally not weird at all. It takes a minute, but he remembers her name and she asks if they can play SLF sometime. He says he's down and doesn't think to ask for her username until he is literally at home logging into SLF. My man is just throwing the bag. He gets on and tells Emil about his fight with Weather Monsoon, and she starts tripping. Like, she's IRL geeking, man, I can't. Back to that meeting, Sanraku asks if it's alright if Emil pulls up to the fight, but Pencilgon tells him, nah, if you cherish that rabbit, if you enjoy her presence, you'll keep her far away, as NPCs of that type do not respawn. Yes, sir, man, we get some real stakes in this story.
Now, with the preparations of them going to fight Weathermon the Tomb Guard, Vash tells him that he will help forge a weapon for him in order to help him out, and that's when we meet Belot, another blacksmith. Except Vash is a divine craftsman, which is basically the highest level NPC craftsman can go.
This nigga he never been about that shit. He ain't never been up since ReZero hit. Never been on your because he used to it. He 20 years old, just riding your shit, yo, riding your shit.
And look at these beautiful weapons that he ascended them to. The dual moon blade, waxing and waning. But he doesn't have enough stat points. He needs to be at least level 50 in order to use them. Typical game fashion getting a weapon you can't even use right away. So to fix this problem, Pencilgon gives them a map on a place where they can speed level up to 50 and keep killing the mobs over and over. Typical gamer grind. Which is another reason why this anime resonated with me so well. Once they got to their destination and beat whatever this cube looking thing is. By the way, Kato moves are so clean. They end up getting to the destination where they have to fish out basically a serpent.
A wild sea serpent has appeared.
And Sanraku didn't just get one set of new weapons, he also got the Empire B twin blades also, and that gives it the corrode status effect, which gives the mobs even more of a critical point. As Kato uses his Spirit Fist Black, getting off a huge chunk of damage, Emo comes in and almost got boomed, but Kato saves her, as all 3 of them hit the JJK pose as they end the serpent. So after they train for a while, Pencilgon tells them in order to even trigger this event to fight the Colossus, they have to talk to someone very important. And I'm about to start glazing like crazy, but I think SLF deserves it. Just like how on Souls games, in SLF, they also have hidden entrances if you are paying close enough attention. At least the boss arenas. I mean, just look at this place. I was getting Sekiro flashbacks. A dark moon, flowers on the ground, and in the air, a shadow of Erd tree, dead smack in the middle of the arena. Is that a ghost NPC sitting under a tree calmly humming? So she starts explaining to them how Weathermon was her one true love, and somehow they had a misunderstanding and she got sent to the Shadow Realm, and how they need to go on another dimension in order to finally end Weathermon because he's tied to her, hence why the Tomb Guard thing comes into play. So Pencilgon promises her that they will win, and the boys are freaked out because she's acting so caring. Pencilgon my 3rd favorite character, by the way. But before they could throw down with Weathermon, they had a roadblock, and that was her brother in the clan, because they also knew the time and place to go, because of course they have fought with Pencilgon before this. You guys want to know how Pencilgon deals with that? Well, I'm gonna let Kavion take it over.
Alright, where am I picking up? Oh, okay, bet. Here we go. The time has come for Sanraku to set off in his battle. A male bird from Shangri-La asking to play the new update together shows up, but she immediately resends her She takes her invitation away. Vash pulls up and gives some words of the wise, then Emil gives him a protection amulet that doesn't do anything. It's an ID shard that was once used as proof of its owner's existence. Who? Couldn't tell you. Just from this, we can assume they're probably a pretty big deal. Night falls and we hop over to Ashura Kai, about to go see Weatherman, when Cyger Zero shows up and booms one of them. Yeah, that girl Pencil Gun backdoored them boys crazy. Watch who you call your homie, man. And it's not even just Cyger Zero. It's not even just her clan. It's 3 other clans ganging up on them. Short story short, them boys got fried and only 4 of them managed to escape. Pencil, Katsuo, and Sanraku meet up at the spot, forming an alliance. They step into the portal and enter the gap between time. I don't know if that's what it's called. It sounds hard. Speaking of hard, look at that boy Weatherman, man, and all his radiance. Now let's get in this fight. Their level gets capped at 50 and Weatherman stands. Of course, Sanraku takes first charge, telling that boy he gotta go to sleep. Dodges the wind slash, tries to kick the leg, but it's futile. Dodges the attack, bringing out the twin B blades. Weatherman uses another wind slash, but that's a light parry, and starts mixing him. Turns out wind slash is an attack that gets executed in a single frame, and that's his weakest named attack. And because all of his attacks are insta-kills, Weatherman's got a clear condition, rather than just fading to the death. And before they can know what that specific clear condition is, they gotta survive the 10-minute duration of Phase 1. Sanraku dodges the slash, landing, getting back on him. Weatherman dodges one, blocks the other, block. Sanraku gets back in there, weave the slash, pose on him. Yeah, just take this in for a second. Weatherman's POV now, blocking all his attacks. Sanraku's POV, getting his attacks blocked. He's getting cooked, but he manages to duck the slash and cuts his side. Weave the down, stab the hand, kick the knee. Yeah, if you couldn't tell, this man ain't doing no damage at all, and gets himself smoked. Luckily, they have precautions for this, and Katsuo hits him with a rebirth jewel, which revives allies and brings them back with full HP. Each of them have 4 tear jewels and 5 life salves. They do the same thing, just bring you back at half HP. Sanraku gets up and Katsuo takes the aggro for him so that he can get his gear together to get back in the game, which after just 2 minutes got tanked to half durability. He pulls out the marsh daggers and gets in doing no damage. And now this dude Weatherman's got a new move called Thunderclap, striking the arena with insta-kill lightning. But he not done. He pops the Nimbus Cloud and brings it down on Sanraku, killing him again. Man, when thunder clouds, it's like he's some kind of Weatherman stir. Get it?
Man, what the fuck is you talking about?
Was that?
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, alright, I'll keep going. Katsuo revives Sun, coming in for the aggro, but gets knocked off. Luckily, Pencil's got it. Sanraku comes in, dodging the slash, block, weave, dang. Revive Jewel, Katsuo, oh, nope, Revive Jewel. Weatherman lets off the attack and starts smoking. Phase 1 is now complete, and they are down to half their revive items. If they want to win this, they're gonna have to up their game, especially because Weatherman summons his steed, Kiri. It chases Katsuo around, shooting missiles at him, shooting lasers, and then he gets the bright idea to climb its leg and tie a whip around it, blocking it in a bucking animation, so it can no longer fuse with Weatherman. Finally, Pencil Gun is going to use this golden scale, sacrificing things in her inventory in exchange for the whole squad getting stat buffs. Sanraku gets a stam and luck boost, then puts the blades away, uses Hand of Fortune and knocks Weatherman's sword from his grip, uses the Sandevistan on him and snatches it up, meaning he can't use those mad quick attacks that are nearly undodgeable. Meanwhile, Katsuo is getting flailed around like a rag doll, getting flung off, and Sanraku needs to focus because now Weatherman has Tidal Fist. Because he's not focused, Sanraku dodges the other way and Weatherman aggroes onto Pencil. Yeah, can't guard that tune without your slow.
I'm getting tired.
Please don't.
Tidal run.
Weather pops the Nimbus Fist and Pencil gets behind, bringing Sanraku back yet again. He gets ready to get back in, ducking the wind slash, dodge, neutral, dodge, slip. Sanraku's getting in the zone right now, while Katsuo has tied himself to the horse's nose, getting his brains mixed up. But because of that, they survive phase 2. Now, young Pri, it's your turn.
Phase 3 just brought a whole other set of problems. The giant horse has now turned into a giant mech. And Sanraku tells Pentagon to let him 1v1 for 10 minutes. And I'm sorry, I'm not even going to focus on the others. We generally have to lock in on this boss fight. Weatherman starts out by throwing his Wind Scar base move out as he kept turning up the speed. Sanraku thrusts his sword and Weatherman clashes with it, barely getting out the way. Sanraku charges up his armor, pairing with his helmet. Yes, his helmet. And that's when he finally pulls out my precious twin blade babies, getting another parry off and getting a critical strike off. Weatherman just got into the thunder breathing position saying,
Shangri-La, frontier breathing.
blasting Sunraku back. Sunraku comes back with the Vorpa blade tech. Weatherman slices, but that was just a distraction, hitting him with an assassin pierce. Following up with a drill piercer, and Sunraku was putting straight belt on Weatherman. Sunraku hits another critical, moving out of the way of the sword slice. Sunraku starts charging up his abilities, using Hunger Wolf and speeding past Weatherman. But Weatherman sees the trinket he has and started dialoguing. And we all know, when the boss starts talking mid-fight, something is about to come after that.
Brave warrior, I have seen countless enemies come to this grave site. Warriors far more stronger than you. But I must say, I am impressed that you have come this far, but if you are trying to take me away from my Pookie Bear or hurt her, you will have to answer to me.
And this is what I like to call the hidden phase. When Slash comes first again, Sunraku starts rage baiting and Weatherman instantly hit a thunderclap. And just as fast, hitting a Nimbus fist forces Sunraku to immediately run back towards him into a title rush, and oh my gosh, look at this frame. But Sunraku kicks him back. Weatherman hits 3 wind slashes back to back. Then he pulls out a whole fire dragon out, but no, the combos did not stop. Weatherman was ascending into Radon levels of combos. Look at Sunraku how he's moving until Weatherman hit the Clear Sky Conquest, cutting right through Sunraku like butter. But my GOAT Sunraku, my king of gamers, the man who saved my life before I was even alive, had threw up a rebirth jewel and revived himself. And then Weatherman uttered the coldest words I have heard in anime in a minute.
Until you surpass my ultimate, I will not fall into the jaws of defeat.
And the cycle continues. Thunderclap, Wind Slash, the Dragon, the Blizzard, Tidal Wave, all into finishing off the combo with Clear Sky. You guys can't tell me this frame isn't absolutely peak. Meanwhile, Pentagon and Kazo was boxing with the mech and giving that thing straight hands and feet. Kazo hitting it with a Spirit Fist. And right on time, Sunraku Fish Engaged ultimate attack bar was full. But Sunraku miscalculated and did not have the ability to use it just yet. And with one good distraction, he stabbed himself to use his 1 health ability that boosts all his stats. They both power up and Sunraku actually surpasses Weatherman's ultimate, which leads to them defeating the first Colossus ever. And the entire game announced the winners. This is where the world expands even more, which leads to her telling them that she was a reincarnation of the real her and that they have succeeded and set Weatherman free. And this progresses the world progress. I really love that idea that based off big events, the world storyline can progress and the community has to figure it out, which probably wouldn't work today because somebody would just go into the code files and find literally everything. But her brother wasn't happy. She betrayed him and tried attacking them, but apparently they had a friend summon and they end up calling in the attack master, who went straight to work right away. And we all know how she's been trying to find Sunraku and look for a way to get close to him. Pentagon ends up challenging Tiger Zero to a match because she wants to fix her reputation. But the thing is, when she dies, she's going to have to pay a hefty fine for player killing. And she's on the cream of the crop. She has a depth of 500 million SOF buckaroos. So Tiger Zero wants to impress Sunraku. She can't lose in front of her Pookie, just like I can't lose on the court in front of my Pookie either. So they both charge up to full power, getting ready to throw down. And I'm like, yo, it's no way they giving us this fight already. I was constantly thinking of this matchup. Tiger swings, but Pentagon has the mobility. Attacking from behind, but Tiger blocks it. Swinging down, chopping Pentagon's arm off as she grabs it midair. I'm telling you, I love these two girls. Pentagon returns fire, getting blocked again. And she says, I know you aren't going 100%. So Tiger shows her a real attack and literally disintegrated this lady. Creators and founders of the game are freaking out at each other because Weatherman was supposed to be a mid-game boss and wasn't supposed to be beat yet. But we found out very soon that this was a super heavily nerfed version of Weatherman. That was Weatherman nerfed? I can't wait to see the other Colossus. And how far is the manga compared to the show? Because I gotta read that. I legit need to know the ranking and strength of these world bosses. Once Sunraku reported back to the big boss bunny that he defeated Weatherman, Fast tells him if he would like to learn about the world of SOF and ends up giving him a new bonus scenario quest. And Sunraku is now above level 70, which was like a plus 20 level up, along with obtaining a thing called the Inventoria, which gives all 3 of them the ability to store unlimited items. It even has mech armor in there, which can only be activated by this reactor thingy that can only be fixed by a divine craftsman. So Sunraku goes to seek out Vash, who of course, just like any NPC, is not there when you actually need them. So Sunraku's tell Belok that she will have to train to become one, which starts a quick adventure with the Vorpa bunnies and Sunraku, and they ended up running into a horseman and whooping on that thing like it was cake. They even robbed him of his sword. defeating the area boss, which was against a bunch of liches, eventually packing them up and clearing out the area. And while they was in the area, B-Lock told him if he ever came up against Crystal Scorpion, he's good as dead because they would all just swarm him. All that did was entice Sunraku, and he went out and tangled with them, and yes, he did die. But this is what I love about SOF. It actually feels like a game because this is the exact thing I would do. Sunraku used his inventory to spawn back into his inventory, waited until the mobs despawn, and then went out and got all the loot for free. And the reason why I dismissed that idea when I first saw him get the inventory up, because I'm like, oh, they're not gonna do that. They're probably gonna put like some delay on it. Nope, they let him just do it. And I love that about this anime. This anime was just so unexpectedly good. But after Sunraku brings her all the loot back so she could practice to become a divine master, they honestly leave us on a cliffhanger for season 1. I don't know, maybe we'll have to do a recap for season 2. But remember guys, God loves you today, tomorrow, forever. Peace.
I be getting to the loot, I be getting in.